Good evening. Welcome to California Today. I'm Liang Zhang. Here is a preview of some of today's stories. More winter storms are heading toward the West Coast. Forecasters say California could expect another rainy and snowy weekend. California's Attorney General is urging the social media app TikTok to comply with the current nationwide investigations. This comes as the federal agencies banned the app from government employees' phones due to security concerns. San Francisco supervisors held the vote Tuesday night to uphold the city's sanctuary policy. Officials decided that deporting illegal immigrant drug dealers violates the sanctuary city policy. California is about to get slammed with yet another atmospheric river. The National Weather Service says residents can expect more heavy rain and snow throughout the state.
Forecasters said on Tuesday that another incoming weather system will bring heavy rain to much of California and put some areas at high risk of flooding. According to National Weather Service, or NWS's update, a persistent series of lows off the northwest Pacific coast and upper-level energy rotating around the trough in place will help to encourage nearly continuous lower elevation valley coastal rain and higher elevation mountain snow chances for the Pacific Northwest and Northern California. Winter storm warnings have been issued for areas around the northern Sierra Nevada mountains and much of northwestern California. Winter storm watches have been issued for much of Northern California. NWS Southern California said the upcoming atmospheric river could bring an additional 100 inches of snow to Mammoth Mountain and break its 2010 to 2011 record of 669 inches. Some communities in the San Bernardino Mountains are still digging their way out from under the snow. Eric Sherwin with San Bernardino County Fire told Fox Weather that they have performed over 100 rescues over the last 10 days. The incoming storms will also impact the southern part of Oregon. According to the NWS, the plains and upper Midwest may also see snow as the area of low pressure moves eastward.
California's Attorney General joins a coalition urging the social media app TikTok to comply with the nationwide investigations regarding its impact on children's mental health.
California Attorney General Rob Bonta on March 5th filed an amicus brief to support efforts to compel the social media platform TikTok to comply with investigations. This supports the state of Tennessee, one of many states also investigating the video platform. The petition alleges that the company is hampering the investigation by not preserving certain evidence in the form of employee chat messages. Prosecutors allege that TikTok provided evidence of internal messages, but in a, quote, format that makes it difficult, if not impossible, for reviewers to piece together. The company argued that producing the messages in a reasonably usable format would be unduly burdensome. According to Bonta's office, the states believe that the use of social media platforms, particularly TikTok, is a significant driver of the mental health crisis of American children and teens. The coalition alleges TikTok knows of its impact on children. Douyin, the Chinese counterpart of TikTok, restricts children under the age of 14 by implementing 40-minute daily time limits and blackout periods every night between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Both the platform and Douyin are developed by parent company ByteDance, which has ties with the Chinese Communist regime. This led to TikTok coming under fire over national security concerns. The Office of Management and Budget announced on February 27 that all U.S. government agencies have 30 days to remove TikTok from their devices, following a law Congress passed several months ago. A TikTok spokesperson told the Epoch Times the ban of TikTok on U.S. federal devices was passed in December without any deliberation, and unfortunately, that approach has served as a blueprint for other world governments. These bans are little more than political theater. NTD reached out for further comment but did not hear back by press deadline. David Lamb, NTD News, California.
San Francisco will be keeping its sanctuary policy for illegal immigrants who deal with fentanyl. Officials claim that deporting illegal immigrant drug dealers violates their sanctuary city policy.
The San Francisco Board of Supervisors voted to uphold its sanctuary city policy.
Preston, aye. There are 10 ayes and 1 no, with Supervisor Dorsey voting no. The resolution is adopted.
In February, Supervisor Matt Dorsey introduced legislation to make an exception to the law for illegal immigrants who have been arrested for dealing with fentanyl. But with Tuesday's vote, police won't be able to target illegal immigrants linked to fentanyl. Supervisor Shaman Walton had claimed that deporting illegal immigrant drug dealers for selling fentanyl violates San Francisco's sanctuary policies. Dorsey's proposal aligns with District Attorney Brooke Jenkins' crackdown on fentanyl dealers. She was working with the Board of Supervisors to make an exception to the city's sanctuary city law to bring 2 men to justice for committing, quote, unspeakable crimes.
Apple is introducing a new iPhone 14 and 14 Plus color just in time for spring. Yellow joins the lineup of black, white, red, blue, and purple. Apple is also releasing spring-themed watch band and silicone iPhone cases. The company has been in the habit of releasing new colors for spring. Last year it was Alpine Green for the iPhone 13 and 13 Pro. The year before that, it was purple for the iPhone 12 and 12 mini. You can pre-order the yellow iPhones starting Friday. General availability begins March 14th. A Meta job cut may be coming as early as this week. The Facebook parent company is planning to lay off thousands of more employees.
More job cuts may be coming to the tech industry. Bloomberg News reported on Monday that Meta will cut thousands of jobs as soon as this week in a fresh round of layoffs. A few months ago, Meta laid off more than 11,000 people from its workforce. The report said financial targets are driving the new round of job cuts, adding that it's separate from the, quote, flattening. Last month, The Washington Post reported that Meta planned to cut jobs in a reorganization and downsizing effort. Meta's mass layoffs in November that cut more than 11,000 jobs was among the biggest last year, and the first in the company's history. Other tech companies, including Google parent Alphabet and Microsoft, have also cut thousands of jobs.
Amazon says it's closing all of its Amazon Go stores in San Francisco. The company cited local laws that prevent cashless stores as the reason. Tech giant Amazon announced on Monday its plan to close all remaining physical Amazon Go stores in the San Francisco Bay Area on April 1st. Amazon Go stores were originally planned as completely cashless brick-and-mortar stores, but the company was struck by the citywide ban on cashless-only stores. According to a law in San Francisco Bay Area, all stores must accept cash, as cashless stores excluded low-income people who may not have cashless options or a smartphone. The company says it will work with affected Amazon Go employees to identify new roles within Amazon, such as at fulfillment centers. Amazon has also closed its bookstores in San Jose, Walnut Creek, Berkeley, Corte Madera, and Burlingame. Additionally, 263 Sunnyvale employees were laid off. A Milpitas development was abandoned and a warehouse in San Francisco was put up for lease. This comes as many large Silicon Valley companies announced mass layoffs starting in October of last year. We're going to take a short break, but here's a look at what we got for you when we come back. A UCLA staff member was reportedly robbed at gunpoint. Authorities are now asking the public for help to identify and locate the suspects. Los Angeles' famous mountain lion has been laid to arrest. Tribal leaders and state officials held a burial ceremony for the big cat. And an aquarium in San Diego welcomed over 70 baby Seadragons. The tiny fish are only an inch long. That and more on California Today. Welcome back to California Today. I'm your host, Liang Zhang. Authorities in Westwood are seeking the public's help after a UCLA staff member was robbed. The 2 men reportedly robbed the victim at gunpoint near campus.
A University of California, Los Angeles, or UCLA staff member was reportedly robbed by 2 men near the campus last Sunday. According to the UCLA police, the crime occurred around 5:45 a.m. in the 1100 block of Westwood Boulevard. The victim was not injured. Authorities said the victim was walking in the area when a vehicle pulled up to the curb and a male suspect wearing a black ski mask displayed a gray handgun. According to the crime alert, the suspects took a cell phone, wallet, and backpack. They fled in a getaway vehicle driven by a second man. The getaway vehicle is described as a red two-door 2018 or newer Chevrolet Camaro with a hardtop and black hood. Anyone with information is urged to call the UCLA campus police at 310-825-1491.
A newly introduced bill is looking to convert offices into housing. A former San Francisco supervisor turned assemblyman proposed it.
Assemblymember Matt Haney introduced Assembly Bill 1532, also known as the Office Conversion Projects Bill, on February 17th. It aims to convert empty office space into affordable housing. The bill comes after hundreds of empty offices in downtown San Francisco still remain after the pandemic lockdowns were lifted. According to CBRE, a commercial real estate firm, about 27.6% of San Francisco offices were empty at the end of 2022. In a tweet, Haney said, "We can absolutely convert offices to housing. We can do even more if we shorten timelines, simplify the process, and streamline approval. There's no reason we should leave floors and buildings empty indefinitely while the need for new housing is so massive and urgent." Last September, Governor Gavin Newsom signed legislation to build more housing and faster. It streamlines the housing approval process for middle and low-income Californians. The bill may be heard in committee on March 20th.
It has been more than 2 months since the death of Southern California's famous mountain lion, P-22. It was laid to rest at an undisclosed location in the Santa Monica Mountains.
Tribal leaders held a burial for Los Angeles' famous mountain lion P-22, affectionately nicknamed the Hollywood Cat. The Department of Fish and Wildlife, Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County, and National Park Service helped with burial arrangements. Beth Pratt, California's regional director for the National Wildlife Federation, said in a statement, "The burial location will now be revealed to protect and preserve the site," adding leaders held a beautiful and moving ceremony that showed such reverence and respect for this remarkable animal. Local tribal leaders consider cougars sacred and urged for a burial at a secret location in the Santa Monica Mountains. P-22 was euthanized on December 17th after wildlife officials examined him and found his health decline due to age and injuries. P-22 gained fame for crossing one of the 2 busiest freeways in Southern California and making his home in Los Angeles Griffin Park area.
An aquarium in San Diego welcomed over 70 baby Seadragons. They're already an inch long and picky about their food.
More than 70 Weedy Seadragons hatched at the Birch Aquarium in La Jolla. The Weedy Seadragon is related to seahorses and pipefish. Breeding them is a delicate process. The newborns are approximately an inch long and weigh less than 1 gram. According to an aquarium spokesperson, they will grow to be 13 to 15 inches. The baby Weedies began hatching on February 26 and continued through March 2nd. The Weedy Seadragon is independent. Once it hatches, it can feed on its own. They're also picky eaters and eat with an appetite for tiny mysid shrimp. The babies are being raised behind the scenes in the aquarium, but there are 16 adult Seadragons on display to the public.
A city in sunny California is commending Shen Performing Arts. That's over the premier classical Chinese dance company's efforts to revive traditions and its contribution to America's melting pot culture. Here's more.
A proclamation for Shen Performing Arts. That's as the Chinese classical dance tour company brings its all-new production to Costa Mesa, California. Donald Wagner is the 3rd District Supervisor of Orange County, California.
I'm happy to welcome you to Orange County, and this may be the show that Beijing doesn't want you to see, but the truth is we're here in Orange County happy to show it.
Shen aims to depict China before communism. Wagner noted that Beijing's ideology is one that the West has been opposing for a long time.
We're happy to encourage the opportunity to see and for everybody to make their own decisions. I think when you get the opportunity to export freedom, we ought to do it. We appreciate the opportunity to actually see what maybe Beijing doesn't want us to see.
To bring back traditional Chinese culture, on top of classical Chinese dance and a live orchestra, each Shenyang performance features over 400 Chinese costumes, all handmade.
The colors are so beautiful. You come in the middle of winter, you're like, oh, the colors! Everything just comes alive, and then to watch the dancing is it's so beautiful. It's athletic. It's like, but the storytelling that goes into it, it's just a balm for my soul.
The music is extremely powerful. In particular, I absolutely love the gentleman who did the solo with no microphone. His voice was so powerful. It was great.
For some, the spirituality and traditional values in the performance stood out most.
I do like the spirituality piece of it, that there's a greater purpose and a grander purpose for all of us to be here. And so it's to fulfill that purpose and to do good and to be good, and it's very powerful.
I'm Catholic, but I just love that idea of the presence of the Almighty in our lives and helping us to be better and to help each other, and just that connection with that. It's beautiful.
Kathleen Sullivan is a music teacher. She says she appreciates the dancers' devotion to their craft.
Oh, you're doing such a great job. No, it's beautiful. And I appreciate all the hard work that goes into it, and the company connection, everybody that works together, and how important that is to just make it look so easy and beautiful, and just the audience is just loving it.
I just have a sense of really profound gratitude and thankfulness that people devote themselves so much to their craft, to their art, and it really is a part of the ascent of humanity, I think. And for somebody to give themselves to that is really wonderful.
Shenyang's next stop in the Golden State is Bakersfield from March 7th to 8th. NTD News, Costa Mesa, California.
Shenyang will continue its tour in Claremont, Thousand Oaks, and Long Beach in coming weeks. A detailed schedule can be found on shenyang.com/LA. Now to NTD's Tyler Castillo for today's Sports Roundup.
I'm Tyler Castillo, taking you through the California Today Sports Roundup.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored 33 points, and Josh Giddey had career-high 17 assists and a triple-double to lift the Oklahoma City Thunder to a win over the visiting Golden State Warriors on Tuesday. The duo helped the Thunder overcome a 40-point game from the Warriors' Stephen Curry, who is 10 of 16 on three-pointers. The Warriors have won 8 consecutive games over the Thunder, including both prior meetings this season. Giddey assisted on 5 of the Thunder's first 7 baskets in the fourth quarter, and he scored 1 other. Giddey finished with 17 points and 11 rebounds for his 7th career triple-double and 3rd this season. Gilgeous-Alexander was 14 of 24 from the field as Oklahoma City shot 53.2%. Klay Thompson scored 23 points for the Golden State, while Jonathan Kuminga added 21. Early in the fourth, the Warriors pulled within 3 points before the Thunder took control again with a 14-2 run. Thunder 137, Warriors 128. Anthony Davis tallied 30 points and a season-high 22 rebounds as Los Angeles continued its late-season playoff push by beating visiting Memphis. Dennis Schroeder, Rui Hachimura, and Austin Reeves each scored 17 points as the Lakers improved to 5-2 since the All-Star break and to 3-2 since LeBron James was lost with a right foot tendon injury. Jaren Jackson Jr. scored 26 points and Tyus Jones added 16 as the Grizzlies fell 0-2 since Ja Morant departed the team following his participation in a live social media video in which he appeared to be holding a gun. Lakers 112, Grizzlies 103. Cale Makar and Valerie Nichushkin each had a goal and 3 assists as Colorado beat San Jose in Denver. Colorado's Alexander Georgiev made 13 saves for his 4th shutout of the season and the 12th of his career. Nathan McKinnon and Arturi Lehkonen had a goal and an assist each. Mikko Rantanen and Dennis Malgin also scored, and Devin Tays added 2 assists for the Avalanche. Erik Karlsson was handed a 10-minute game misconduct for throwing his helmet on the ice after he was hit with the missed high stick. The 13 shots on goal were a season low allowed by Colorado and the fewest by San Jose this season. Sharks goaltender James Reimer turned away 18 of 19 shots. Avalanche 6, Sharks 0. Jared McCann scored his team-leading 31st goal of the season and had an assist as Seattle defeated visiting Anaheim. Jamie Alexiak, Daniel Sprong, Eli Tolvanen, and Jaden Schwartz also tallied, and rookie Matty Beniers had 2 assists for Seattle. Goaltender Philip Grubauer made 20 saves. Trevor Zegras scored a highlight reel between the legs goal, and Max Comtois also tallied for Anaheim, which had 5-game point streak come to an end. Goalie John Gibson stopped 26 of 30 shots. Kraken 5, Ducks 2. The Los Angeles Football Club opened the 2023 MLS season with a 3-2 home victory over the Portland Timbers last Saturday at BMO Stadium. Giorgio Chiani and Carlos Vela scored for first-half goals for LAFC before Mahala Opoku added a third early in the second half. Portland pulled a pair of goals back in the last 30 minutes, but it was not enough as LAFC was able to claim the victory in front of the capacity crowd of 22,202. LAFC 3, Timbers 2.
And that's the sports roundup for today.
That's all we've got for you tonight. We would like you to join us again on California Today every weekday at 8:30 p.m. Make sure to check out our broadcasts on our California Today webpage. You can find it at ntd.com/California-Today. You can also find all of our top latest clips there, ready to share with friends and family. Send us a message on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or through our email, california.today@ntd.com. I'm Liang Zhang. Have a wonderful evening.